Okay, I think we're starting to stream here. Hopefully we don't have the same problem we had last time. I found my lav mics, by the way. That was one of the problems that we had. But we were lagging really bad on the audio. I think because we were using the camera and stuff. So hopefully we're back to normal, and everything is hunky dory. And there's Spike. Hey Spike, is the audio syncing up? And it's not lagging way behind like last time. I moved my cameras a little bit up in the attic up there. I kind of like this shot, the general overview, although I think I need to tilt it down a little bit just so you can see more of the machines and stuff. And then I angled the other one this way so that you could see the dartboard and everything, and the pool table, the bumper pool table. That one, this camera, I think I'm going to move both cameras against this wall. One up above here pointing down towards the pool and everything, and then the other one at the other end. I'm not really sure, but I can do that. These are wired cameras, and I'd be able to do that once I move the computer and stuff. So we'll work on it. And then I have the tablet, shows the back of the arcade, which you really couldn't see last time. So that's, if you look at this scene, you can see it. There's the table right there. At the end of the pinball alley there, there's the last machine, which is Time Zone, and the tablet is on top of that machine pointing to the right. That's what you're looking at this scene. A little dark, as that tablet usually is, but yeah. So far we've been going a week now in the new location. I had Monday and Tuesday off, which was fan-freaking-tastic. That's the first couple of days off I've had in a while where I wasn't stressing about getting things done. And I sat on the couch and I did nothing. I just didn't do anything at all. It was really cool. My body was so my hands were so trashed from working in here. I had calluses, and calluses had split. Anywhere my fingers bend, I had little cuts and splits right there. And my hands just hurt, my body hurt, everything. So we got I'm mostly healed. I have a few little dings and scratches left, but and then yeah, my body is feeling sort of back to normal now. I've been limiting any heavy lifting or construction for a little while. So. But we opened Wednesday, Thursday, and we've had people coming in and checking us out. Our sign in the back. Let's see. Can you see it from this scene? Yeah. So right under where it says 7th Pinballorama, you can kind of make out where it says arcade there. There's a big paned window. That's the bay door back there, and there's a big paned window up there, which is 3 panes high and 6 panes across. 2 of the panes down on the bottom row, there's an open sign there flashing, and then the middle panes, I just spelled out arcade and then gave the whole thing a whitewash. And you can see the lights that we've got shining against it here show up on the other side. So people are driving by. That's a fairly busy street. That's Highway 1, which is it's a Highway 1 bypass. Takes you around Charlottetown. Highway 1 is the one main highway that takes you, well, we drove it most of the way from Vancouver to here. Takes you across Canada, so it's a pretty main drag. And Highway 1 kind of cuts right from one tip of the island to the other. And I think it ends at the ferry terminal at the east end of the island. I don't know if it continues on in Labrador or Newfoundland. I think that's the end of Highway 1. We can look that up. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, so a lot of people drive by this, and that's our main view. Like people, the front of the building. Not a lot of people are just going to randomly drive through there. But hi. It might be plugged into the wrong place. So let's see. Yeah. So I need to label these. Here, we'll do this. We'll reset it. And then we'll go to this one. Yeah. So you go to duck hunt. 1 duck, 2 ducks, or clay shooting? Which one? 1 duck. Then you hit start. All right, give it a shot. It should work. Give it a shot. Get it? There you go. Now it's working. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, so the front of the building, we don't get a lot of just sort of like random drive-by stuff because the front of the building is we're on the industrial park, in the industrial park. This building is at the edge of the industrial park, so that's the first road called Watts Avenue. So the backside of the building, you see it all the time, and in fact, I knew about this place because I would drive by this building every single day going to the other arcade. And at the end of the building is Tourism PEI's location. That's where you take, like if you have brochures and you want to have them in the information booths around the island, you take your brochures to that space down there. And then at the other end is Film PEI, which is they're like a film collective, a movie making collective. Not exactly sure what they do, but they have a little studio. I mean, it's the same space as this, and so they've done it up with a little film studio kind of thing. So I had been in the Tourism PEI location almost right away when we moved into the other space, and I remember walking into their space and just thinking, "Holy crap, this is what I wanted." I love the big ceilings. The front entryway was cool. They've got almost every single place here, their front entryway, what we've got is retail. They have a little office set up. So there's some desks and whatever. And then in the back is warehouse space or whatever they're doing. So Film PEI, they have a little office space in the front, 2 or 3 desks. And then in the back, it's just racks where they keep all the brochures and stuff for all the businesses and some other stuff. So I was driving by this place every day and thinking, I'd love to get into one of those units. And then one opened up. So it worked out. So, and I knew where Film PEI was because on the back side of the building, they have a sign up that says Film PEI. So you see it as you drive by. So we have to get a couple more signs in the back. The arcade thing has been working. People have seen it. Oh, did it go out of sync? All right. I can only do it after you're done with the game. So give me a shout when you're done and I'll turn it back on again. Yeah, so we've had people come in. They've seen the arcade sign with the lights and stuff behind it, and they've come in to check us out. So we need to get a few more signs in the back. We do have a cling sign that we're going to stick to our window, which is our new logo. And then the word arcade has been bringing people in. So I think on the front windows, I'm just going to put, we'll have our front logo in the center window, and then along the top, I'm just going to get just big letters that just say arcade. We'll put that along the top, and then down below we'll get some other lettering that just says like, you know, pinball, video arcade, candy. When we get our espresso, we'll put coffee and espresso and whatever else. But I think the word arcade has really been bringing people in just to check it out. So we'll play on that because that, you know, you do what works, right? And this week has mostly been tidying up. My workshop is thrashed still, and then the room back here is our prep area for when we get the espresso and everything. That'll be our food safe prep area. We've got the multiple sinks and everything, fridge and freezer are back there, and freeze dryer are back there. Guys playing darts, and somehow the darts are getting to be like 15 feet away from the board. There was just one on the floor just right down here. I'll go to darts and pool. Here we go. There you go. So bumper pool, since we've been open, bumper pool and darts have been a huge hit. It's been really cool. There is another pool table called a bar billiards table. I had never heard about it until last night. And someone has one for sale in Nova Scotia, and it's a table that is about the same size as the bumper pool table. And it's got a bunch of holes scattered along the play field of it. And then down in front, you pretty much only play it from the front and the sides, and you can put it up against the wall. It was a pub game from the 30s, mostly British pub game. There's 5 holes in the back, and the center hole is worth 10. The 2 next to it are worth 20, and the 2 in the corners are worth 30. And then there's 4 holes in the center of the field. The one in the very front is worth 200. I think the ones on the side are 50, and then the one behind it is 100. I'm not sure about that. And then there are little skittle tops that sit in front of the 200. They sit behind the 50s. And then there's a version where there's a 4th one. There's several different versions of this game, of how you can play it, the rules and stuff. But basically, there are 9 balls that are white, and there's 1 red ball. And you shoot the ball directly, and you always shoot from the same location. So you set the ball sort of front and center, and you shoot. There are 4 or 5 different ways that you can foul, which is you shoot the ball, it doesn't land in a hole. You shoot the ball, it doesn't hit another ball. You knock down one of the skittle tops, and something else. The red ball, if you sink that into a hole, it's worth double whatever the hole is worth. The white balls, you knock them in, and they're worth whatever the hole is. And that's basically it. And then you definitely play multiplayer. 4-player would be ideal because you'll get like all of the balls will be on the play field. That it starts getting kind of fast moving. It's a coin play game, so you put in your coin and it starts a timer, and the timer runs for 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. And then when the timer is up, when the ball goes in a hole, it ejects out of a thing in the front. When the bar goes down and your time is up, it stops ejecting the balls. And so then you have to play the remaining balls on the field, and it gets more and more difficult and whatever. Yeah, so it looks really, really awesome. I have never, ever heard of it. I've never seen one. But yeah, so I'm going to try and get this one that's in Nova Scotia and bring it in. I think it would be a big hit. And it doesn't stick out of the wall really any further than a pinball machine does, so it would fit in this kind of setting really well. I will probably put it next to the bumper pool, kind of against the wall there, about where my head is on the screen. So it's set about there. And there's Reset. Hello, Reset. Bonus hole. Yeah, it's a cool thing. Actually, I'll pull up a. Let me pull up a bar billiards table. I'll show you a picture of it. I have customers. Hold, please. Hi, how are you? Good. First time here?
Yes. Yeah.
All
Take
right.
a little look around first, or what?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. And everything, how it works is you pay to enter.
Okay.
$14.95 for an hour, 5 cents more for 2 hours.
Okay.
Everything back there is set to free play.
Okay.
So you just
Okay.
play
My
as
brother's
much
been
as you
here
want.
2 or 3 times.
Oh yeah, right. The old location,
old
probably.
location,
Yeah.
So anyways, and,
Yeah.
I walk in here sometimes, or we walk in here sometimes, and I seen it. So I thought
Oh, right.
we could
Yeah.
take a look.
Pachinko. Well, I can't pachinko because I'm using the little shooter to to hold onto the cables because this computer doesn't have a permanent home yet. This is what a bar billiards table looks like. This is what I was talking about. So there's the 5 holes in the back, and then the 4 in the front. This version is a version that is using the 4 little skittles, and then this is, if you use 3, they're these little wood pegs with bars that go across them so they can't fall into the holes. And there's a couple different setups from what I've learned. This with the pegs in the back sort of in the way is one version. I think when you knock down a white one, you lose all the points that you collected that round. I think if you knock down the black one, you lose all your points, all of your points. Hold on a second.
We'll give it a whirl.
All right.
And that's where you should get.
Cash okay, or?
I love cash.
Yeah.
So do you want to do the 1 hour or the 5 cents more for 2 hours?
I don't think we'll be here the 2 hours. We'll just pay the extra or whatever.
Most people do. It's only 5 cents.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, $34.50.
No?
Okay, $5.50 back to you, and then if I can close my bill, then we stamp your hands here. 8, 9, 10.
Do you have gift cards for here?
We do, yeah. We sell them in for 2 hours session, so they're $15 each. Yeah. All right, so you guys are good till 10:20. There you go.
Thank you.
I have darts back here if you want to play darts. And have you played bumper pool before?
Yeah, 30 years ago maybe.
Yeah. If you want to play bumper pool and you want a refresher on the rules,
Smuggler's joke 30 years ago. Probably.
I've heard this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably had more beer than I did that though. So.
Let me catch up on chat. Reset says, I found a dead mouse inside a pachinko machine one time. It wasn't useful to me at all. Just saying. Raccoons are way more useful, so it's spite. There's Michael. Hello, Michael. You're inspiring me to want to open up my own place in the next couple of years. Currently operating pins in the United States. It's been fun. Yeah. I mean, we opened a little over 2 years ago, and we just moved into this space because we way outgrew our previous space. It's been good. People have really enjoyed it, and we're actually making a little money off of it. We try to, obviously, when you're a small business, you try to not have any profit by the end of the year. So we made some big purchases like the Big Lebowski pinball machine and some other stuff. But in this space, now we've kind of hunkered down. So we're going to look at just kind of changing up the lineup and bringing in I'm bringing in an Asteroids machine at the end of the month, and probably a Spring Break pinball, which is, I love that era of the Genesis games. They're just funny and cool, and people seem to really like them. So we're bringing Spring Break. I have a Spectrum that I wanted to fix up, and I have a Playboy that I want to fix up. And then the bumper pool table has been a big hit, so I want to bring in the bar billiards table. And just some other things. I have my air hockey table, which I think will fit here. And maybe bring in bubble hockey, something like that. Yeah. I thought those were snooker tables or something. Yeah, snooker tables are huge. I don't understand snooker. I don't get it. I have tried to understand it, but I'm just reading comments. The comments are asking Michael about he has a route of pinball machines in the U.S. and so it looks like south of Atlanta, Georgia. You have 7 on location, no split with the location. That's the best kind of split. I had, before we opened this, I had a big pile of machines when we lived in BC. I had a big pile of machines. They were just taking up too much room. A friend of mine owned a candy store, so we put a couple of machines in the candy store. And at first, we did fairly well. Not well, well enough for a candy store in a little town. We were pulling money out of it, let's say that. But I wasn't the machines would have taken years to pay for themselves at that rate, but it was still, I was making a little bit of money off of it. And then the earnings kind of stopped. Like, this is weird. Now I had given, because he was a friend of mine, so I had given him a key to the machine, both of the machines. And I figured that'd be great. If he wanted to play it, personally wanted to play it, I was fine with that. And he did it. He played it a few times at first, but he wasn't really into pinball. But he played it a couple times, no big deal. But I figured if there was a stuck coin or something, then he could open up the door and fish it out and do whatever. But yeah, we had basically stopped earning on the games entirely, and I thought it was really strange. So I stopped in there one time after work, and there were a bunch of people playing the games. There was the girl that the candy store had hired was playing, and she had like 3 other people were there playing. And I just sort of hung around just to kind of watch, and I don't think that she knew that I owned the machines at that time. They got done with their game. She opened up the corridor. She loaded up some credits and closed the door. And I was like, "Hey, what are you doing there?" And she was just playing. I'm like, "Yeah, that's my machine." And said it's not really designed to. I mean, you can play it, personally play it, but you know you can't invite your friends to come down here and play it all day. And so I took the key away from her. Huh?
You got your own YouTube channel?
Yeah, we're streaming live right now.
What are you streaming?
Sorry?
What are you streaming?
I just chat at the camera and we talk about pinball and arcades and other crap like that. Yeah. There's cameras in here that are just kind of pointing around.
Nice new place you got. Oh, so it's just like live stream the whole area?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, you're all set.
Have a great night.
See you later. All right. So Sophia is in the back. Where's my coffee? Sophia is in the back right now. She's working on stuff, and she will try to be out. She works. She's working HR right now, and something happened to paychecks or something. And so it's been a little bit of a blow up day today. There was some glitch in the thing, you know, it's like just good. It's government, so you know, ideally they're good for it. I don't know if I don't know exactly what's going on. I just know that there was some sort of problem. But if she comes out, or I can do a camera safari Adventure Time and walk around. Yeah, glitch. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. And she's supposed to be. There was an election in BC. She works for the government. There was an election in BC. There's a whole bunch of new constituent offices that are opening, and so all of those people that they hire, she basically deals with them, and there's a bunch of positions that they need postings for, and they have resumes they have to go through. It's like all the, you know, HR stuff. So she's supposed to be doing lining up interviews and doing postings and a bunch of other stuff. She hasn't had a chance to do that all day today because of this other thing going on. But yeah. But I'll try and camera safari Adventure Time because I know that we tried to do it last time and it was just kind of crap because our sound. So tell me, is my audio in sync? Because last time it was not. I want to make sure that we're still in sync. And everything seems to be working okay. Oh, we have people in. Hi, how's things? Thank you. It's a long time coming.
I was going to say, yeah, I think it was probably this time last year you were grumbling when we were out there about it was time to go.
It just got worse and worse.
I can understand. Yeah. Well, like you said, the space looks awesome, nice and big.
Ah, thanks, yeah.
And traffic, like cars in front, we're like, okay, that's good sign considering where you're at.
Yeah.
And then what, saw on Facebook? Do you guys have an arcade sign on the back of the building too?
Yeah, so there's that window up there.
Oh, right on.
So I just painted it. Right now I just painted it, and then once we kind of get in and get settled, I'm going to scrape all that off, and then I'll do like LED letters
Nice.
up there, so it'll really.
Like I said, I saw that on Facebook the whole work. Somebody was asking for something.
Someone was asking about it?
Yeah, on like Ask PEI or something.
Oh, really?
Said, is there a new arcade in there?
Oh, I'll have
So
to find it and
commented,
comment.
Like, linked your thing on
Right.
that kind of thing. Like, yeah, that's who's in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
All right.
cash in apparently.
Hey. All right.
I might have a card here somewhere. Devin S or yeah, that's probably what it's under Devin.
Oh, do you have one of the
I
old
think
ones?
I have an old card, yeah. Probably the same as what John had there. I don't even know if we're still using those, are you?
We had these original little square ones.
Okay. I might have one of those.
What's your name?
Devin, D-E-V-I-N. Stevenson is probably just S on there.
For the Devon T.
No, that's fine. We can start it.
Yeah, we'll give you another one.
And I'll cover my buddy here.
Okay. Do you have a punch card? Do you want to start one? Yeah. All right. Might as well.
Yeah.
Same as your brother was supposed to be here tonight too.
There you go. All right. And the two of you, 34.50. Go ahead.
So it's longer than usual.
All right. Stamp your hands. You guys are good till 10:30. There you go.
Do I pay now or later?
I got it.
He got you. Yeah, that was up at the other location, but you couldn't really tell because it was kind of, it was on an angle and everything. And we have 3 more of them.
Nice.
That's actually 3 of them put together.
Oh, right on.
And so we have the other 3 that were actually at the other location, and we're gonna hang them. We have poles up there all ready to go.
Right on.
I just need to. I don't want to pull the pinball machines away from the wall again.
I was gonna say, I'm not moving probably for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm done. All right. So, they just told me that I was just talking about that arcade sign that I put up there, and there's a Facebook group called Ask PEI, and apparently someone took a picture of it and said, "Is there a new arcade?" So, it that sign worked out for us. Gets probably a lot more traffic views than the other place, so that's awesome. All right, I'm sorry. I'm a little behind on stuff here. Glitch wormhole, yes. Michael says, just curious, does the candy and drinks make much profit, or more of a convenience, or is it a majority of profit come from hourly admission? So, hourly admission is our bread and butter, basically, right? Because it's after the cost of machines, it's just profit, right? So there's no overhead on the price of getting people in there or charging people, except for the overhead of the building and the machines, but different than product, right? So we started. My original idea with product was I was going to get chips. We were going to do espresso and coffee, and have some soft drinks. That's kind of where we started. For fun, we brought in. Hold on, I'll go get them. My door's open, just a sec. It seemed cold out there because it's snowing and my front door is open. Oh, what'd you get into there? What?
They just let the game play.
Are you done playing? Are you done playing? You can just walk away from it. Let's do this though.
Oh,
We'll turn that off and turn that back on because it was in the menu system. There you go. Okay, so anyway, we brought in these. These are old school, like candy, fake cigarette candy sticks. We brought in a box of these. We put them on the back counter. We put a sign over them that said inappropriate candy sticks for like $1.25 or whatever they were. We did it as a joke, and they sold out like almost right away. People were like, "Oh my God, I remember those." So we're like, we definitely got to bring in more of that. So we brought in more of these. We brought in a few other sort of novelty candy things, and then just a couple of things like Snickers and little odds and ends like that. People came in, they would joke about the novelty cigarettes, the fake candy cigarettes. Oh my God, I remember those. And then they would say, do you remember the chocolate ones? Like, and I didn't. And then they had the bubblegum ones and stuff. I remember the bubblegum ones. So what we've done with this, with the candy, is when people say, do you remember such and such? They go off and they play. I look at the distributors. I've lined up a bunch of distributors. I look at the distributors. We had a guy came in, he saw a bunch of different candy. He's looking crazy, like he's like really looking for something. I'm like, what are you looking for? He goes, runts. My wife has been talking about runts for the last 6 months, and I haven't been able to find them. So he went off and played, and then I went on the computer and I dug around. I found a place that had them. I ordered them, and I was able to go up to him about 15 minutes later and said, my distributor has them. I'll have them in about 2 weeks. Guy lost his mind. He came in and bought like 4 boxes. But so a lot of the stuff that we bring in are based on customers saying, do you remember or can you get?
They're getting a ball stuck in the bag of Hot Wheels.
Oh, all right. Let me grab my key. Yeah,
Sure.
grab my key. Where is it?
Up in the corner.
Wow!
I said that's a new one on me.
That's amazing.
Very good. Very good.
Wire swing at some point. Oh, it's my luck.
So, how did it end up there? Were you playing it?
Yes, playing it, and it hit off here, and I think it somehow hit both of them at the same time, and it just kind of caught enough
Just
air.
caught air and all
Just
the
to
way
go
up there.
over
That's
the top.
amazing.
From there down, yeah, like I've never seen anything like that happen. Once it just hit the rim and skipped over.
I've never seen it there. Yeah.
There.
My favorite stuck ball that we've had so far was on Starship Troopers,
Yep.
and it was here on the bug,
Wow.
all the way up there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
All right, it's right there.
Perfect, thank you.
You bet. Oh my God, I'm watching this girl play darts, and she's like throwing darts like she's trying to kill an elk. It's like overhand with a lot of force. And then these are like regular darts with the removable flights, and they're soft tip darts, but they're, you can take the flights off, stem, whatever, and the soft tip. And last Friday when we were open, we had some kids in here, I had 3 sets of darts, and they destroyed one set, where they just wrecked the flights, they wrecked the stem, everything. So I have ordered like 12 kid darts, where the flights and the stem are all one piece, so they can grab it like like a chimpanzee and yank them out of the board. And then we'll save the slightly nicer ones for people who can actually play a little bit darts. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, where was I? Oh yes, candy. So the more that we brought in, the more kind of unique we got as a proper candy store, which is one of the reasons why we really wanted to open this space here, where we actually have like a store, like a candy store space. And we're kind of getting known for, like, if you want to get interesting candy and whatever. Actually, let me, I've got the, yeah, watch her throw. Oh, I guess she's done. Let me go out. I'll give you a quick tour of our candy in front. Actually, I will. It's Camera Safari Adventure time. Here we go. Little claw machine. This was also fun. So we got a bunch of different soft drinks that you don't normally see. So you'll notice that there really isn't any Coke in here. There's no 7-Up, no nothing. It's all unique stuff. And people have a lot of fun with that. They come in and like crushed lime. You can get crushed lime and birch beer. You get that in Newfoundland. These are pretty common, but you guys can get this down to the States, but not a lot of places in Canada have this. Moxie and Starry, and then these Mountain Dews are from the States. A little bit of Faygo. We brought in a whole lot of Faygo. It didn't sell, so we're blowing it out now. All of this Japanese marble stuff. Jarritos from Mexico. Ting from Jamaica. Stewart's, you don't see that very often. You can get it, but and then over here, Pop Shop, which is a Canadian brand. Boylan sodas. Little odds and ends of everything else. This is all local stuff. That's been a big hit. Yeah, so our candy selection has grown because we just made a big order and got a bunch of fun stuff in. There's the runs I was talking about with all the Mentos, Fanta, Spearmint, Rainbow. These are from, I don't know where they're from. They're imported. And then here's a bunch of stuff from the UK, Blackjack, Hurly Whirly, Galaxy, Flake, Twirl. Most of these were requested in. I just got these. Someone had been looking for these for a while. More fake cigarettes. Those are the chocolate ones. Popeye, apparently big in Canada. Bubblegum cigars. So just, we try to get like kind of unusual things, and that's been working really well. The little candy buttons on paper, remember those? Rum and Butter, which was a Canadian bar, that retro bar that they just started making again. Extreme Sour Pickles, you know, weird stuff. Get back in there. Remember Chiclets? Oh, and Chiclets. They just started making mini Chiclets again. So I got some of those. And you're not I say you're not a proper candy store until you got a whole bunch of different flavors of these little sticks. Giant gummy bears, we just got those in. 5 pounds of gummy bear. Giant gummy worm, that's what she said. Bunch of American candy here. Lemon heads, I hadn't had lemon heads for so long. Boston baked beans, I hadn't had those forever. So I found those, got those in. Swedish fish. We did bring in chips. So this whole area out here, hey, you can see me in the mirror, hi, or in the window, hi. So this whole area out here is light industrial space. So we're hoping that people will come in here for coffee chips, and if that works out, we have this whole area we can fill up with more product and stuff. We do want to put a little bar across here with some stools. This game will probably go away, but we'll do a little bar with some stools so people can come in here, have a coffee, hang out, do whatever. Yeah, so that's that. I'll walk you around here real quick. Bumper pool, dartboard. That's the door to the workshop. Little table here for people to hang out and for parties and stuff. Our back door, a couple of cocktail tables, more games. And then I'll take you up to our fun washrooms. This is going to be a mural with breakout on it. We thought that would be fun because we left the brick. And then we did the floors. They look like jawbreakers. And they're UV reactive. So you can kind of, they glow in the dark and they're UV reactive. You can't really tell, but. And then our, whatever, just wash your hands. We were gonna have stairs that went down from here, but we needed a place to put Terminator, so we blocked that off for now. We brought in a fainting couch, but nobody's fainted yet. All right, I am way behind on chat stuff. Sorry. Sophia, she can hire me to work remotely. I'm not really qualified for anything, but I'm sure I could run Canada, eh? Jules like music. Is it in? Hello, hello. Spike says I can almost speak Canadian fluently, bud. That's not even close to being Canadian. Yeah, that was more Minnesotan. Yeah. Star Voyager says, good evening, Pinball. Hello, Star Voyager. How are you? We said 7, did you eat 9? Yes, sometimes. Coffee Lounge, Pinball Hall. Novelty candy like edible underwear. I should get some edible underwear, eh? I'll run some ones in fruit shapes like bananas. Yes. And there's Man Chicken. Hello, Man Chicken. Get a picture for stuck balls. I forgot. I was doing 2 things at once. I can't expect to remember everything. And there's Nick. Hello, Nick. And there's Luke. Hello, Luke. Spike says, that's weird. Those Canadian refrigerators just look just like ours. Yes, but they run off Canadian power, which is a different kind of power. Oh, that was just people leaving. Nick says, how have the pins been fixing? Any breakdowns? Yes, we had, since we moved in, Lethal Weapon. Power supply died on it. So, but I have, so Royal Rumble has a DMD display that is being fidgety. It seems okay, but it's got a loose solder point or something on it. that has a brand new power supply in it because just cause. So it's the same DMD and same power supply that's in Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon obviously has a power supply problem. So it was having some flickering display kind of stuff. So I actually have a new color DMD for that type of pinball machine. I was going to put it in Royal Rumble because I think it would be a better option. We also have Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt is having all kinds of problems, and I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. So it's actually in the back. It's in the workshop, covered in boxes. It's going to be one of the first ones I look at when we get the workshop on Pavilion. It was doing all kinds of weird stuff. So I thought that for a color DMD, maybe Tales from the Crypt would be the best one out of all three of those, but don't know. Anyway, so I have another power supply, but I think if I put in the color DMD if I were to put it in Lethal Weapon right now, I think it would work, but I don't know. I haven't played around yet. But yeah. Man Chicken says, good to see some Friday activity. Yeah. I was actually going to, hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
I said work, lots of work. Hello, I have to go now.
Someone was just looking at the dartboard, and I need to put a thing up that says darts available at the counter. I figured what I was saying. Doesn't matter. Oh, Friday activity. That's it. So, one of the things that we're thinking about doing, because we have the dartboard, we have the bumper pool table. If I get the air hockey in or bubble hockey or whatever, or this other billiards table thingy, we're trying to get more of a social thing where people come in and just sort of hang out. So I'm thinking Friday nights. Maybe we'll and I want to try it and see. I might do it next weekend. I was going to do it today, but I forgot because I was busy. I was doing other stuff. I have a thing where they come in at 7 o'clock. They pay one price. You're in for the rest of the night. You don't. It's not an hour or 2 hours. It's just sort of a Friday night special kind of thing where if you come in at 7 or after 7, you don't have to watch the clock. You can just sort of spend some time kind of trying different things. We've got 2 consoles now, Duck Hunt and Smash Brothers are running right now, and playing billiards. We had 5 or 6 guys come in yesterday, and I showed them how to play bumper pool. They were here for 2 hours, and of that group, there was someone on bumper pool the whole time. They were just going crazy for it. They just loved it. Fell in love with the game. So, and there were a couple guys that I don't think they played any pinball or any video games. They just played bumper pool all night. And I played darts with one of them. So it's kind of, if you're paying by the hour or 2 hours, I think if I were to, me as a consumer coming in here, and I saw darts and I saw bumper pool and I saw all the pinball machines and I paid for an hour, I wouldn't play darts or bumper pool. I would just play the game, just play the coin drop games, because they would be free with my paid entry, right? So I'm interested to see if that works, and if it does, next week I'll try it. We'll do, we'll just do it for like the $15, just as a special. The following week we will be open. The last 2 weeks of December will be open 7 days a week for the holidays. So I might run that special on Christmas, where it's, you come in on Christmas Day and it's just pay one price all day. And whatever. We got pretty good traffic last Christmas. A lot of people coming in just to get out of the house. We had a guy and his brother and some kids came in, and they said that it was basically that the wives wanted some peace and quiet, and they wanted to clean up or something. I think they just wanted the kids out, like the screaming kids, out of the house. So they sent the husbands off to the arcade with the kids so they could have like just some chill time to probably kick back a couple shots without the kids seeing, right? Right. Let's see. Our Scott asks, hi Scott. Scott asks, are the exterior walls insulated? So we have the front of the space is an exterior and the back of the space is an exterior. And the back of the space, there's something going on there because it's on the outside it's cinder block, on the inside it's wood. So I think that they've insulated that. The front is the same sort of deal. So it's you can't see the cinder block on the inside, so that's probably insulated. Not sure about the roof, but when you go upstairs here, it's plenty warm up there. Of course, that's where the furnace is, but whatever. The side walls are, we have neighbors on either side, so they're insulated by neighbors. And the nice thing is this space, heat is included. So it's included in our rent. And where we are in the world, we will spend more, we'll spend 9 months having to heat a space than we will having to cool it. We don't have a cooling solution yet. We have a big bay door in the back, and there's a giant fan. So we could open up, in the summer, we could open up the windows in the front, we could turn on the fan in the back. You probably wouldn't even hear it over the noise of everything else. And we can open that big bay door, which I'm looking forward to. I'll have to put some sort of, it's off that bay door, it's a 4-foot drop down, so I'll have to figure out something. I was thinking maybe just getting a 4-foot tall chain link fence section that we could pop into place during the summer, and we could probably just strap it to the bay door racks going up, something like that. Don't know. It doesn't have to be. It just has to stop kids from running off of it, falling, other people falling off of it. And then if we ever need to bring anything in through the bay door, then we could just move that gate out of the way for the time being. But most of the stuff, probably, like if I bring in a pinball machine or a video game, I'm probably bringing it in the front because my van isn't tall enough to access that bay door. It's not a big truck. So, yeah. Reset says resistor R95 on the DMD. Nick says, just bought a retro color DMD from Australia. Looks awesome on my Valley Black Rose. No high voltage required with color DMD. 12 volts only is nice. That was the thing is I had one power supply that the DMD power supply, the high voltage was failing on it, and that was the one that was in Lethal Weapon. And so the display was getting a little wonky. So I was going to take that power supply and put it in whatever got the color DMD, because that's just 12 volts. So something's going on with that power supply though. I have another one. Man Chicken says, if I didn't live 2,500 plus miles away, I'd do that. Scott says, will you be hosting pinball tournaments? No, I have no plan to do that. When we first opened, the first year that we were open, there was a pinball league that was in town, and there were 6, 7, 8 regulars, and then I think on the busiest time we had about 18 people in. So they ran fall, winter, and spring. I told them we were open until 10 p.m. on those days. They were coming in on Thursday. We were open till 10. So I told them, I said they were going to come in at 7. And I told them if they come in at 7, if they start at 7, pay 2 hours. They thought that their play would be done in about 2 hours, and I said if you go over a little bit, that's fine, no big deal. You guys, if it's a regular thing, you come in, you pay your 2 hours, you can stay until 10 until I kick you out at 10. It's 3 hours max, right? Assuming they were going to buy drinks and snacks and a bunch of other stuff too, right? What ended up happening is near the end of it, they were coming in an hour or two early. A lot of people were coming in about an hour early. They were paying their 2 hours. They were staying until 10, and they bought shit. They didn't buy anything, right? So it was they were hard on the machines. So they were slapping the machines. They were turning machines on and off. They were much harder on machines than regular people. And they kind of I got the impression that they didn't really respect the machines. I don't know. It was a negative scene that didn't like it at all. So they had quit for the summer. Now, if they were buying, if they come in and bought a lot of drinks and bought a lot of snacks and all of that, great. But I was losing money on these guys overall. So that I would rather just not have them here. So I told them that when they had quit for the summer because a lot of them go on vacation and they were gearing up to come back in. And I told the guy who was running it, I said, you know what, I don't want to be your home base. You guys can come in. You're welcome to come in a few times. You know, there's another place in town. They have, I don't know, 4 pinball machines or something, pay to play kind of thing. I said, you can use that. They have their homes where they've got machines. I said, just, but not every week. And you're going to pay, when you pay to come in, you have 2 hours. You're paying for 2 hours, right? If you want to play for 3 hours, I'm going to charge you an extra hour or two, right? They quit playing altogether. They just stopped the little league thing that they had and all that. Of that group that came in, there was the guy who was running it did ask them if they wanted to do the proper international flipper pinball, whatever the heck it is, to pay the fee to do that, and nobody wanted to do it. So now some of those guys that were coming in, I haven't seen the guy who was running it. I haven't seen him at all in well over a year. But one of the other guys that would come for it, he was in the other night. A couple of the guys that were in it, they came to play on Sunday before we moved down at the other place. So I see some of them from time to time. So, but yeah, I don't understand. So Man Chicken, slapping machines. I've never seen it on the West Coast, but on the East Coast, especially here, if you have a stuck ball, instead of nudging it, giving a little nudge on the side, you fucking open-handed slap the side of the machine, really hard. It does nothing, of course, because you don't have enough kinetic energy from the slap, and they're slapping it on the body of the machine up near the stuck ball. So the kinetic energy isn't transferring. You're much better off giving it a bump down below to free a thing. And I remember showing them that they were slapping the shit out of some machine, and a ball was stuck somewhere. And I was like, what the fuck? And I went over there. I'm like, what are you guys doing? And it's like, oh, we got a stuck ball. And I went over and I went to the front of the machine. I gave it a little tiny nudge. Not enough. I mean, if you play pinball, you have to know how the pendulum works, right? And it was an older machine, so it's got a physical pendulum in it. And Like I gave it a little tiny bump and the ball just came free. I'm like, that's how you do it. Like, stop fucking slapping machines, guys. Like, come on. I've never seen it anywhere else. I've never seen slapping machines. Spike says they sell huge insect screens for garages. You'll need that for the open door. We'll find out. I don't know. We have bad mosquitoes on the island where I live, but we're only about 3 minutes away from our old location. And we had the doors and windows open there all the time. We never really had a bug problem. So we'll see. Luke, do you own a Pinbot pinball? I do. I have Pinbot and I have a Jackpot. I do not have the middle one. Same with, I have a Comet and I have a Hurricane, and I don't have the middle one of that either. But yes. And Pinbot is one of my favorite games, and I love the music on the original Pinbot. The music is just classic. My Pinbot is in the back. The visor got stuck and wasn't working quite right, so when it had stopped working at the other location. So when we brought it over here, I just stuck it in the back. Yes. And I have a very big Pinbot tattoo on my arm. Risa says, I'm an aggressive player. I slap machines, not to try to free suck balls or anything, but for saves. Yeah. So that's a different type of thing, right? I do the same thing. I do kind of this weird. A friend of mine slaps the side of the machine to move the game over, to get it. The ball's coming down the middle. You slap it, you get it over just far enough, right? I have this kind of like slow nudge that I do. That's the same sort of thing. I don't mind a playing slap because it doesn't happen very often. You don't have, but these guys were over there whack, 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 whack. So what do you think of the new space?
It's great. I like it.
Yeah?
It's amazing. It feels very arcade-like.
Yeah, I love the ceilings here.
Yeah.
Just big and yeah.
Perfect.
It was a bit of a mess to clean up the space because it had been industrial for years, right?
Yeah.
So there was a 1/4 inch of dust on top of everything up there. And the top layer was black and the bottom layer was some sort of organic fiber like sawdust, or maybe there was a clothes. They made clothes in here or something. Yeah. So it was kind of archaeologically, I dug down in layers to see like who's been here.
It's amazing. It's a wonderful space.
Got up there with the air hose and sprayed everything down with a scissor lift, and
that's a lot. That would be so much work.
Then hose it down in black paint.
Yes, no, perfect. Excellent.
Lock in that freshness.
No, it's so, yeah, perfect space. And it's even close to our house. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, love it even more. Well, I expect Troy and Arlen have already been. You can brag it up on Sunday morning. They play. So he hangs out with Arlen and Troy.
Yeah.
So Troy is doing. He does D&D for them like every Sunday morning, usually, or most Sunday mornings.
Okay.
He's their, what do you call him? Quest master or
Dungeon master.
Dungeon master. Yeah.
Yes.
And then there's 4 boys, and they do a quest together. They've been working on it for at least a year.
I've been there for 2 years.
2 years, and you're still working on the same one.
Yeah.
Has patience.
Has Troy and Arlen come yet?
Have they been?
Yes, they were in.
Of course they were.
They were in. I want to say last Saturday.
Yeah.
I
There you
think.
go.
No.
But you've been now too, so that's all right. I love the floor. Did you do this too?
We did,
That's
and
cool.
all of these are UV reactive. So over here, I have a black light up there. so it really
and they
shows.
glow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
This is epoxy,
Yep.
and it was the same for the floors in the washroom. That was white epoxy,
Well, that's a yes. That's
and
a lot.
we made it just by mistake. We were goofing around with the white epoxy, and we added a bunch of colors, and there's UV reactive pigments in that too, and whatever, and glow in the dark. But they look like jawbreakers.
They do. That totally looks like jawbreakers.
That was a total mistake, right?
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah. But like all of this is UV react, so that'll glow under
glow
a
in the
black
dark.
light. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And
this
so
is like,
we had, these were just cement.
yeah.
We had to sand the whole floor with a big sander. It took
Yep.
all day.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a lot of work. And then we had to clean it up really well, and
Yeah.
then black epoxy,
Yep.
two-part
All of it.
epoxy, and then we threw this stuff down.
Yeah. And then did you have to clear coat it on the top?
We
or
didn't. We just
that's
left
the
it.
black?
Yeah.
It's
We
amazing.
we
Well,
thought
it
we'd
gives a
see
good
how it
grip,
does.
Too,
Yeah.
the chunks.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah. It was fun.
This is like 12-year-old me's dream. Dream bed. I tried so hard to convince my mother to let me paint my room all black.
Right. Right.
And like I had a bedspread that was kind of like that, and I wanted neon things, and man, I was gonna
We thought ahead, so I hung these things from the rafters. Those are just 2x6s, 12-foot 2x6s.
Yeah.
So I can screw lights into that and change the lights around. And then there's power, just regular power plug-ins that run all through that whole thing.
So
And then on the wall, about halfway up, I painted 2x4s black and bolted those to the cinder blocks.
Yeah.
So now I can just screw in and hang whatever I want on the walls.
nice.
Which
That
is easy.
So much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love this. Yeah. The string of lights. but
That was at the other
and stuff.
space, but you didn't see it because it was sort of behind the machines and you couldn't see the whole thing.
No, that's really cool.
Those are light curtains. There's 3 of them joined together up there, and I have 3 more that are going to go on the wall over here that will be joined together.
Fun.
But that I have to pull the machines away from the wall, and so I'm not going to do that right. It can wait. Yeah.
It's a Sunday. In the middle of a snowstorm when you got nothing else to do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it so much. It's fantastic. We will definitely be back.
Awesome.
It's great. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Thank you. Look at all the nerds. Take a breakfast. Strawberry.
Then I have that size for the people who don't want to commit to the large one, right?
Yes. What you got? Can I see all the purple things? Purple little blocks. Yes, I know you got everything.
All right, and look at these flights. I'm gonna put these in backwards if they go back into a dart. Yeah, I definitely have to get the kids' darts out. We've already lost a set of just a set of darts has been destroyed because they did something with the flights. The flights ripped, and now they're wedged in this little section where you put the thing in, and I can't get that plastic out of there. I don't know what to do. I thought about just hitting it with a torch and melting it out, but and then we're actually going to sell darts in here. So we'll have just the shitty ones for people to play with, and then if someone wants to play with something a little bit nicer, like these aren't bad darts, they're okay darts. But if someone wants to, play a little bit more serious, what the hell is going on here? They can buy their own darts. I think that this stem is whack. Yep, they've wrecked the stem. All right. catch up with the. JRS, hey, how are you? Sorry, I was distracted, doing stuff. Bright and Pinbot's the middle one. Yes, it is. Yeah, and then on the other ones, I was talking about Comet and Hurricane. Cyclone is the middle one of that. Reset says you would hate to see me practice death saves. I've never tried that. I've heard about it, but I've never tried them. Slow Nudge was the name of my Sade cover band. Gentle Persuasion, yes, that's it. Wonder. It's like they threw this dart against the wall without the flight in it. It's like all jammed and. Then what do I have? Tools. I need tools. I'm a tool. No, wait, I need tools. All right, I think I've done it. I have to put the flights in backwards on these because, well, maybe I do. Oh, let's see. Yep, that was just wrecked. Get in there. That did it. All right. How's the dude's carpet holding up? So that is not the dude's carpet. That is a non-dude's carpet. we bought a cheap carpet that was like Lebowski themed. So it has bowling pins on it and bowling balls and a face of someone who may or may not be Jeff Lebowski. Doesn't really look like it. It's one of those on-demand printed type carpet thingies. Because I didn't want to put the original carpet down and let people walk and wreck it, whatever. Because I figure if I ever sell the machine, I'd want to have the original carpet new in the bag to sell with it. But the cheap, shitty carpet that we bought just to put underneath it, holding up okay. So far, so good. What time is it? 9:21. I think it's hilarious, but the flights are in backwards. They work. It still works, but I should trim them. I should cut them, and then you wouldn't notice. I'll do that now. So I think if I just cut them straight across the top. Look at that, you'd never know. Yeah, I should have the darts that we're going to sell here next week, I think. We need to get a little case for them and put them over by the dartboard, a little locked case. And then as they play darts, they're tempted to get their own darts. And I'll have a bunch of different tips. I need to get what I really need. I need flights. I need darts with flights that are UV reactive. These yellow or these green tips kind of glow under a black light, but it'd be cool to have like flights and stuff that glow under a black light. I think those would do really well here.
Right back in that.
Hi.
I didn't know if it was an error or if it is actually broke the Royal Rumble screen. Is it actually broke?
It's being flaky, so it goes on and off sometimes and
right
stuff.
on, okay.
And I have a new display to put in it. It's just a loose solder point or something,
Oh, yeah, no
or the
doubt,
ribbon
yeah.
cable or something.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to track it down, so I have a new display to put in it,
Nice.
and I have a new power supply that I need to swap a bunch of stuff around
Yeah,
and
yeah,
whatever. But we were just rushed to get
listen,
in here and all that.
Completely understandable. I was going to say, if it's anything like the upgrade, I'm assuming Hurricane got one.
Yes.
Really
Yeah.
nice. What a difference on the
Oh,
machine, right?
I would do it to all of them, but they're stupid expensive.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
But they, the nice thing about them is that the new ones, they run off 12 volts. The old ones run off a high voltage, and the high voltage on the power supplies fail.
Yeah.
So you can rebuild the power supply, you can buy a new power supply, or you can buy the color DMD.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of like, what do I do? But yeah, I would do color ones, but they're, what?
That's a beautiful machine now all of a sudden, right? Like compared to just the upgrade.
Yeah, it changes everything. Yeah. Hello. How you guys doing?
So what's the rate, I guess?
So it's $14.95 for an hour, 5 cents more for 2 hours. It is. We close at 11, so at 9 o'clock every last 2 hours that we're open, we do a thing that we call the date night, which is 2 people for $25, and you can stay until I kick you out at 11. So you save $5 doing it that way. So if you guys want to play, we can do one date night, and I'll just do 1 hour, and you can all stay until 11
Oh, okay.
if you want to do it together.
It's up to me, like, sometimes they will pick up, sometimes
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
If we will pick up, then I have to go, otherwise I'm pretty like, what do you guys think?
Would try? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right. So all together, that's $45.94. You want to pay separately, or how you want to do it? You gonna do it? All right. Go ahead. All right, and I'll stamp your hands. And you can come and go as you like. There you go. And you've never been here before, right? Okay, so everything's set to free play.
Okay.
Just hit the button and go. Are you guys familiar with pinball? You played a lot of
Yeah.
pinball or so? Okay, so most of them 3 balls a game. There's a few that are, there's one that's 4 balls and one that's 5 balls. I have darts, and I have darts behind the counter if you want to play. If you want to play bumper pool and you don't know the rules of bumper pool, I'll walk you through it. Other than that, if you get a stuck ball or if something seems a little wonky, let me know. These things break all the
It
time.
must be a lot of upkeep. I was going to say.
Oh God,
oh,
every
yeah,
day
a nightmare.
something goes on. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sometimes it's simple, sometimes it's a little bit more in depth. But yeah, just give me a shout and I'll take a look at it.
Is there any washroom?
Yeah, go to the back corner there and go up the ramp, and they're right here. Oh my God! You know what? I am so happy to be out of that other space and have our own washrooms. You don't know how, like, the washrooms at the other space. The last day that we were there, so there's in the women's room there was 2 stalls. One is a wheelchair stall and the other was just a small stall and a sink. In the men's room there was a urinal and a wheelchair stall. The small stall in the women's room almost never functioned. It was almost always clogged or backed up or like spitting sewage. It was cursed. The last couple of months that we were in there, in the women's room, the wheelchair stall, it was having problems as well. They had swapped the toilet on it. The building owners had swapped. Building owners had swapped all of the toilets because they thought that was the problem. But when the toilet flushes and things get stuck in the pipe farther down, it has nothing to do with the toilet. So they wasted all this money swapping these toilets around. What they really need to do is they need to pull a toilet and they need to snake down into the sewage. I think the clog is somewhere, probably all of those toilets kind of joined together into a group, and so it's somewhere there. But anyway, so those two women's room toilets were having a problem. The last day or last 2 days that we were there, the men's room stall was all clogged up. It's like, you gotta be kidding me. So it is so nice to be able to have like our own washroom, and like we clean them and we stock them and they're ours. R95, I will check it. I will check it. I'm going to put my candy cigarettes back. I will be right back. Yeah, so I was going to measure to see if my air hockey table is 3.5 feet by 7 feet. I'm trying to figure out where I can put it. I wanted to bring it in here. It's not like a professional coin drop one. It's just sort of this really nice kind of home version, which is fine for this space. I don't need a coin drop one because I don't use coins. Yeah, same thing with my dartboard. That's kind of a cool, it's a home electronic dartboard. Has a tablet built in, keeps score, it has a bunch of games in it. 301, 501, cricket, stuff like that. A couple other games I don't know anything about. But what I liked about it is that it will cast to a smart TV. So I put a TV, let's go look, shall we? Camera Safari Adventure Time, here we go. All right, let's go look. Hey, there's a car out there. So I can cast, this is just a tablet, and I can cast that to that screen up there. So it makes it a whole lot easier if you're playing. End the game, play cricket, standard cricket, player 1, player 2, single. You flip the coin to see who goes first. Player 1 throws first, you say okay, round 1. And then here are all of the scoring. Then they just do like, let's cheat, 19. I've closed that, I've got points. Look at that, a bullseye. Oh my goodness, I'm great at this. And then you pull your darts and you change the player. Hold on a second. and people looking at candy. So give me just a half a second. How many people have hit the tablet so far? I don't know. It's got some sort of protective something over it. I haven't tried that yet. I just got those in.
It is chocolate milk, right? Isn't it chocolate
That's
milk?
what Yoo-hoo is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if it's just sort of like if it tastes like Yoo-hoo or if it tastes like milk chocolate. I don't know.
It's probably pretty good.
Yeah.
Either way. Yeah, like.
All right, adventure time. Where were we? Oh, yes. Yeah, so and it shows you like one dart is in play. You're shooting your first dart, and when you hit it, this is probably better. So you hit 17. You can't read it. Anyway, it says single 17 here. If you hit a double 17, it says double 17. Yeah, that's basically it. End game. Has 301 to 1101, standard cricket or cutthroat, count up, timing, multi. I don't know what those are. And then we have these other games. Don't know anything about those. But yeah, it's cool. But I like that it casts to this TV. And I looked at there's commercial soft tip boards. And the ones that I looked at, like some of the older ones, they have a little CRT monitor on them. You could probably change that out. But they didn't have a big monitor above, usually. And they only had a couple games on them. Like they had 301, 501, and maybe cricket. But I like that it's got a couple of extra things. And how it tracks what dart is thrown, if you miss the board. But if you hit the wall, the board actually has a sensor on it. If you hit the wall, it'll actually register a miss if you hit it hard enough, the wall hard enough, because there's a little bit of flex on that wall. I have to get some foam or something to put around it because too many kids are throwing them and hitting the wall and breaking things. And I'll probably just order some of that like shitty Amazon acoustic foam in the tiles. That stuff has no use whatsoever in an acoustic setting, but it'd be perfect to stop soft tip darts from smacking into the wall, right? Yeah. Scott says, have you ever owned a Promotion 1977 Gremlin 4-player head-to-head? No. Let's look that up. So it looks like 1977 Gremlin 4-player head-to-head. It looks like it's right up my alley. So it's like a snake game kind of thing. Oh yeah. Now see. What'd you think?
Great.
The games are pretty pristine shape too, so. Good.
I try.
Yeah.
They break all the time, so I'm always in there fixing them.
You do it all yourself too?
Yeah, have to. Yeah. The nice thing about this space over our old space is that this space behind this wall is going to be my workshop.
Oh, okay.
I didn't have space for a workshop
Okay.
before, so I'll be able to have all my tools here. And
There you go.
if something serious goes, pull it off the floor, drag it in there, hammer on it for a few days, drag it back out again. Right, so be nice.
cocktail. Things are going good though, or things are going good for you?
Yeah, they have at the other space we were doing really well. We've been open. We opened a week ago here,
Yeah.
Oh,
and so far so good. So yeah.
How much for the drop?
I gotta scan it.
sorry.
Right. Oh, the Newfoundland line. Yeah.
Okay.
$3.45.
That's where she's from.
Oh. Yeah, I have a guy that I know, a couple. They live on the island. He's from there.
Okay.
He goes over every summer to hang out with his family for a couple of weeks,
Yep.
and he's my connection for the lime and the birch beer.
And the birch beer.
Yeah, so he always brings me back a couple of cases. And
Should bring your whole pineapple cup.
so we have brought in pineapple soft drinks before,
Yes.
and they don't usually sell.
Is it crush? This brand?
What?
This brand?
Not of the crush. We've had like Doritos and Pop Shop and one other, but they really don't sell very
If you
well.
bring in the crush, it would definitely sell. People in Newfoundlanders know that it's here.
I'll try it next time.
Absolutely.
Next summer when
I'll
I
make a
bring
point
them
of checking to see if it's here, and then I'll let my friends know.
in. he usually brings them in end of summer.
End of summer.
Yeah.
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 That's when we usually go, just when
September.
September we usually go.
Yes.
All right, sir.
All right, guys.
so much.
Thanks for coming in.
Take care.
Thank you. We'll be back.
All right. Oh, sorry, I left you with the browser window open. I apologize. My little brother used to drink a lot of Yoo-Hoo, poor kid turned Mexican on us. He got better after making him drink some Mountain Dew. We brought in, I had never had it. And I still haven't had it. I brought a can home to drink, and it's been sitting in my fridge for like half a year. I haven't opened it yet. When we went to go pick up Big Lebowski, that was in Maine, and we picked up a bunch of drinks over there in Maine and brought them over. And Yoo-Hoo was one of them. Hold on a second. Oh, it's just people leaving. So we brought a couple of cases of Yoo-Hoo in, and a bunch of other American soft drinks, and we put them out and sold them kind of like in a case at a time. And then when that case went away, we took them off. We didn't restock. We just set it aside. And we waited, kind of. So we always had something different. But that first case of Yoo-Hoo went really quick. Like, apparently people like it. I haven't tried it yet, but yeah, we found a Yoo-Hoo chocolate bar, so I brought those in for fun. And we'll see. I don't know what they taste like. I don't know what Yoo-Hoo tastes like. I don't know what the chocolate bars taste like. And our Mountain Dew, the American flavors of Mountain Dew, we only have 4 or 5 Mountain Dew flavors here. But I know that there's a lot of different American ones. Almost all of the American ones that we brought in, like kids just go crazy for it. That's usually who buys it, are the like 10, 11-year-old boys. They see all these crazy Mountain Dew flavors. I'm like, I gotta have it. But yeah, I'm loving my new space. Oh, all right. Funny story. This is hilarious. Have you tormented your customers with Moxie? You better believe it. I have some in there right now. That when we were in Maine, we had to get it, right? And it's selling. We have one guy who likes it. He comes in, he buys it, he likes it. The other people buy it to try it. I tried it. It was kind of like, it's sort of root beer. It reminded me of like small batch boutique root beers or something, you know, like some companies like, I'm going to make my own root beer, and they come up with their own kind of spin on what a root beer recipe is. And it doesn't taste anything like normal root beer, what we would call root beer today. There was a company on Vancouver Island that came out with I wanted to try it for a really long time. Like the label looked awesome, and it was just a small batch root beer from I think they were a microbrew, they did brewery stuff too. But they came out with a couple of lines of soft drinks. I finally got a chance to try it. It was freaking horrible. It was terrible. It tasted like someone accidentally spilled the whole tray of anise in. There was a lot of licorice in it, a lot of anise, and a lot of some other spice that I couldn't quite put my finger on, but it was something like an allspice or something. Like it was funky. Did not like it at all. But that's what Moxie reminds me of. It's like someone who is trying to put their own spin on root beer. And most people who have tried it haven't really gotten into it, but that one kid, he loves it. So. I got a 12-pack years ago, shipped it all over just to get rid of it. I'm banned from Finland. Yeah, it's funny. I would get more in. I think it's people like to try stuff, and it's good for that. And especially since it's like 120 years old. Like, it's been around for a long time. And what was another one that we got in the Pepsi with real sugar. We used to be able to get a Mexican Coke, which was it's just Coca-Cola made with real sugar in a bottle. That sold really, really well, but with greenflation going on, we used to be able to get a whole 24 case of those, and they came out to be about $1.20 a bottle. Now I'm lucky to get it for like $3 a bottle wholesale, right? I can't sell it at that. No one will buy it at that. We sell our bottle drinks for $2.50 a pop, but yeah. Funny story. That's right. I was going to tell you about the funny story. All right. So, when we moved into the old space, when we originally moved in, the pizza place next door was called Pizza Donair Hub. It was called D&D Pizza and Donair Hub. It was the actual name of it. It was owned by two guys, Dipashnu and Derminder. Derminder's a little bit older. Dipashnu was a little bit younger and lazy as fuck. Like, the laziest fucking person I've ever met in my life, this guy. Pardon my French. Pardon my French, but I'm in Canada. Anyway, so they together they fell upwards. They worked for a guy for a pizza place. This is the story as I understand it. They were working for this guy who had a pizza place. Pizza place guy was going to sell the place. They convinced him to sell these two guys the pizza place, and they would pay it off over a period of a handful of years or whatever. They did that. Then a building came up for sale, and they bought the building. And then the building we were in came up for sale, and they bought that building. The same sort of deal, where I don't know, the first building I'm not sure about, but the building we were in, the guy who owned the building wanted to sell it, and they worked on a kind of a private lease to own kind of deal, where I think it was a period of 5 years where they didn't have a mortgage on it. They paid this guy directly, and then after 5 years they had to get financing for it. And it worked out that we moved in at the end of that 5 years, so we kind of saved their ass on it. Guys playing darts. You guys want to play darts?
Oh, we'll take 2 sets here. We're gonna play. We're gonna get serious. Yeah, we'll try some home players.
So they do standard and cutthroat, and it's
Which
just
is cutthroat?
Cutthroat is when you close
Yeah.
and score, the score goes on to the other opponent, and you want the lowest score.
Gotcha.
Standard is you're just
Clear
the highest one. Yeah.
Yep.
So
That's
you do
what-
standard.
Yeah.
So then you do player 1. It's going to be the 2 of you.
Yeah.
Player 1, player 2.
Yeah.
And just hit single. And I like this. You can flip this, and
Yeah.
it tells you who goes first.
Nice.
Player 1 goes first. Hit OK. Round 1. They do 15 rounds.
Yep.
And then it's just regular scoring kind of
Yep.
thing. And I like that it shows you like this dart needs to be thrown, second one, third one. It'll tell you what you hit here.
Nice.
So if you hit single 19, it'll say single 19.
Gotcha.
Double 19. And if you miss the board, it'll actually say
Nice.
which is
Like
kinda
that.
cool. Oh yeah, and then it says change player, but don't hit that. Pull the darts out first,
Yeah.
then hit change player, because I found if you hit change player and then remove darts,
It's scoring what you're pulling
sometimes it will
Yeah,
score it.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Little standard. Player 1, player 2, single.
Perfect. Awesome.
There you go. It's good to go.
Thanks.
Yeah. $288.
Oh, I didn't mean to get that flavor.
Yeah, I'll cancel this. We'll swap it out. What is this? Cream soda? Yeah. $288. Go ahead. Good to go. Where was I in my story? Oh yes, so Deposhnu and Deminder. All right, so they ended up with this space, and they had 4 restaurants and owned 2 buildings, and nothing was making a profit. They had one location in another town on the island, and one of them told me that they were always in the red there. Never, ever made a profit. There was a location in Charlottetown, and then the location that we were at that were basically carrying the other 2 stores, but at the end of the day, they were in the hole. Plus, they were buying these buildings and stuff, right? So there was just neither of them really. I don't know what was going on, but their prep table in the location that we were at, neither of them were ever there. They never worked there. They were above working there. They hired underlings to do their work, and they'd be in there, and there'd be something on the ground. They would call one of their employees out from the kitchen and tell them to pick the thing up on the like. Come on, just pick the thing up. You're right there. Like, it takes more, but it's, I don't know, some sort of domination bullshit. I don't know what it was, but anyway, beside the point. Reset says, thanks for the stream. Got stuff got to take care of before the movie. See you, Reset. Anyway, so we basically saved their butt there because they weren't getting anybody into that building. They were doing some takeout and some delivery, but nobody was coming in to sit in that building. And the prep table that they have, it's a refrigerated station in the kitchen. Drawers go down, you open it up, you bring your pizza over, it's got all your little toppings and all this other crap. That's a refrigerated table. It hadn't worked for a year. It was non-refrigerated. They left it open the whole time. We stopped eating pizza there because we were getting sick. And we were telling people that were coming in, like people that we knew, like maybe not. So they ended up selling the building, whatever. They sold all of those properties. They sold all the restaurants. They sold our building. I don't know about the other one. I'm not sure about that yet. So one of them is in town. The other guy moved to Cape Breton or something, which is across the water in Nova Scotia. I guess everything from the island is across the water, but he opened up another pizza place there. I don't know how well it's doing. We just found out that he opened up, that Jerminder opened up another pizza place in Charlottetown, like 100 yards from his other pizza place that he just sold that wasn't making any money. In that particular area, there are 4 pizza places already, all within like 3 blocks of each other. There's the Pizza Donaire Charlottetown, which they sold, still open, doing well now, because like they weren't making people sick. There's a place called Jack's Pizza, there's a place called Dina's Pizza, and then there's Domino's Pizza. These are all within like 3 blocks from it. You could walk to all 3 of them in no time. He opened up another pizza place, wedged kind of. I didn't even know it existed. That this little plaza thing. It's like a little funny strip mall. There's maybe 4 or 5 units. They're all very tiny. So he opened up a pizza place there in this little place that I've been here 5 years. I didn't even know this place existed, and I know this little area fairly well because I've been around in this. It's in Charlottetown, but yeah, so that's funny. I'm sure he'll do great. And Spike says, thanks again, Seven. Continue good luck on the new pinball joint. See you soon. Oh yeah, it's movie time. You guys are going to see a movie, and it is getting close to 10. So I'm probably going to tune off here in just a little bit, but we'll keep gabbing away here. We'll wait for all you movie viewers to leave, and then we'll see what we're going to do. We could change our shot here. Let's look in the back there. What's going on? I need to get a little table over there because I noticed the guy's got his drink on the bumper pool table, and I was saying just today, because I've been playing darts. I come in, I get everything open, and I play a game of darts against the robot, and I usually kick the robot's butt, except for today he kicked my butt by like 15 points. Cricket. The robot's cheating. But I didn't notice that like I didn't have a place to put my coffee, and I thought I need to get this done. Would you like to know how to play that? All right. All right, we have big sticks and little sticks. Which would you prefer? You want a small one? We have a small one. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Just like this. Like this. Okay, so this is different than regular pool. There's no cue ball. You hit the ball directly. Okay. You're red. You're white. You try to get all yours over into this hole. You try to get yours over in this hole. To start the game, you both shoot the ball off and close, and try to get it as close as you can to the hole. You shoot at the same time. You can shoot it either way, whichever way we want to do it. Closest one goes first. You have to get your marked hole in your hole first. If you can shoot any ball at any of your balls at any time, but you have to sink this one first. If you sink this one first, he gets to take 2 balls off the table. If you shoot your ball into your opponent's hole, so if you were to shoot this one and it went doink doink in there, he takes 2 balls off of it. Other than that, it's kind of a free-for-all. If you shoot you take turns going back and forth. If you shoot and you sink the ball, you get to shoot again. If you don't sink the ball, the next person goes. Then you go back and forth that way. You can croquet. I call it croquet. You can knock if he's got his ball here and you're here, you can whack that ball away. And that's about it. If you hit, if it's like this, and you shoot this and it goes in that hole, but your turn's over, but you just gave your opponent a free shot, right? That's basically it. I think. Yeah. I love that people are playing bumper pool. That's so awesome. I used to play that when I was a kid. I was saying this last stream, or maybe this stream, I don't know. There was a red goes first. That was a good shot. There was a like a rec center kind of thing, and they had a regular pool table, they had a bumper pool table, they had a snooker table. I don't think that they had all the balls for snooker, and the big scary kids used to play regular pool, so we barely got on regular pool. So we played bumper pool, and we had our own rules for it because nobody knew how to play it. But our own rules were very, very close to what bumper pool rules are. And it's a quick game. It's a small table, and there's nowhere else on the island you can play bumper pool. There's billiard places. They have snooker and regular pool, but I think it's cool to be able to have a bumper pool table. And I might, if I come across a really nice octagon bumper pool, I might bring it in. Because octagon bumper pool is a little bit different. Like you have different angles to shoot at, right? But I like that's a good little table. We ordered. It's actually slate, and it's probably from the 60s or 70s, maybe 70s. Early 70s. Someone paid a lot for that table when it came out because it is slate. It's heavy as shit. All right. $374. Go ahead. You good? Thanks. We ordered the red rubber on it on the bumpers are Scott says all the best, Seven. New place looks great. See you later, Scott. The red rubber bumpers, that rubber is doing okay. Most of the white ones are old, but there's one that looks like it's original, and it is every time you hit it, it just flakes off a little bit more rubber. So we ordered new rubber for it, and it actually we got them off of Amazon. They're coming from China. They are currently sitting in a Canada Post depot somewhere, and Canada Post is on strike, so we probably won't see these for a while. So just today we ordered those like 3 weeks ago too. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that. I just today ordered from a billiard company that's in Quebec, and so I should have those probably next week. And then I have to see, the felt has a little bit of staining and stuff, and so I'm gonna have to see. I bought a little brush that I can try to scrub some of that. Hopefully I can clean the felt, if not, it's such a small table and it's very, very basic, I probably will see about rebelting it. I want to paint the table, I want to paint the legs, and it needs a little bit of kind of little work here and there. Won't take much to clean it up, but I figured I would bring it in here, see if people like it, if they're going to play it, and if they were, then I'll spend time cleaning up the table. And if not, I'll just get rid of it. And it looks like I'm going to be cleaning up the table. So, every single night that we've been open, people gather around that bumper pool table, and it's cool that darts are being played too. I'm loving it, and it just sets us apart from like some of the other places, right? Like there's lots of different things to do. Yeah, and I want to find that. Hopefully, I can get that bar billiards table. I'm really excited about that. So hopefully that becomes a thing. A little bit more complex rules. We'll definitely have to. I want to print out a thing that is sort of you can explain the rules in like 6 bullet points for bumper pool. We'll have to do a different thing for the bar billiards because it's there's different stages, like how you start, the middle of the game, and then the end of the game. There's a bunch of different rules, different things. But it's regional. Apparently in the UK, in England, it's regional of like, and by bar. Like some of them have little skittles and 4 skittles, some of them have 3. So we can just do kind of like a basic variation of that and just say that this is how it is, just to simplify it a little bit. But mostly it's just you shoot from a particular point, you have to hit a ball into a hole with another ball. There is like, to not foul, except for the first shot, to not foul, you have to hit another ball, and then any ball goes into the hole, kind of thing. I wish I could remember the other thing about not fouling. So on YouTube, if you're interested in bar billiards, Tom Scott, the guy who's got that fancy pants YouTube channel with 1 trillion subscribers who just quit. He actually, about 10 years ago, he made a how to play bar billiards. I watched it last night, and him and like 4 friends are playing it or something. And it's like one of the few things online that how to play the damn game. It's like one of the only videos I found. And if I get that table in, I'm definitely going to make one of my own. Because his is good, but he's in a pub with a bunch of friends, and there's a lot of side chatter, so you have to kind of rewind and listen again to see what the hell's going on. I think I can do a pretty straightforward one. And then I'll have to look and see if there are other billiards type games that are out there. I thought about getting, when we found this place, I thought about getting a rebound shuffleboard table. I don't have, like shuffleboard is usually about 12 feet long. Not on the ground shuffleboard, but on a table shuffleboard. They're about 12 feet long and 2.5 feet wide or something like that. The pucks you slide them across. That's a hard space to find space for. Like that's a big game. But there's a rebound rebound shuffleboard, which is about 6 feet long. You stand at one end. On a regular shuffleboard, you have to leave both ends open. On rebound, you stand at one end. You slide it down one side of the board. It hits a bumper rebound, sort of bumpery sort of thing, and comes back at you on the other side. So you pitch from one side and your scoring is on the other side, right there in front. So you could actually put it in a row with pinball machines and people can play it. I still want to get one of those in because I think that would be, I think people would have fun with that. And I could find a place here somewhere for rebound. kidding me? Like everybody in here is now at the front of the. That's hilarious. All right, hold please. I'm gonna go take a walk around. Pinbot has lost the ball. Okay, there we go. Hi. What? I'm resetting them. I'm just resetting ones that are nobody's playing. I have lost my magnet.
What did you lose?
My little magnet on a stick thing. Do you know where it is?
No.
I mean, it's usually here, right? But
Here. It fell down just the
Oh.
side there.
what do you think of bumper pool?
It's really fun.
It's such a simple game, but it's like, and it's kind of a quick game, but yeah.
It's easy to pick up.
We used to play it when we were kids. And I hadn't seen it in forever, right? So I found this and I was like, I gotta get it. And we ordered new rubber for it because this one is, I think that's probably the original one. It's kind of starting to die, but they haven't come in yet. But yeah, it's fun game. I love the pachinko near the beginning of the stream. I have a few. I didn't have a clue how to fix them, but good old YouTube can even make the repair out of me. I have this one. and it works. It's holding. It's holding my cable at the minute. I do want to get it set up in here so that people can kind of play with it. Come on, jackpot. This one is from mid-70s, and all the tulips pay 10. I would like to find one that the center tulip pays more, because I know that there are some of those where the sides pay 5 or 10, but then the center one is 20 or 30 or something like that. Can't hit a damn thing. And my last one. No. Come on. That's it. Alright, got a few left. Oh, come on, really? Oh, that's it. Oh, one more. That's it. I do want to have, I'd like to get another one. Either this era or maybe a newer one would be kind of fun. And it would be fun to put them on, build a pedestal for it, and then be able to give people like a handful of balls and, oh, you want to play pachinko, you want to try it, and explain to them, because a lot of people haven't seen them, they don't know what they are. So I have fun at the other place. I would bring this out periodically and show kids and let them play a little bit of it, and they really get into it. But the problem in this space is that you don't want 1,000 little ball-bearing balls. Like, you don't want kids to have access to that. So if you give them like just a few of them, let them try it, and then if they win something, it lands in the shooter bucket. They don't have to touch the balls at all. And it would have to, if I did that, it would have to be right here by the counter somewhere. So it's nice to have here, just at the end, but where I'm sitting right now, where this computer is, where this camera is, this will eventually be an espresso machine. So we can't leave it here. And this whole table, this whole countertop here is going to be all dedicated to espresso and all the other stuff. So we'll have to find another place for it. But yeah, I would like to have it out. And if we can't have it out for a consistent play, we can have it out. We'll set it up somewhere, just sort of as a display. But I'll have access to get the balls in front of it. So if someone asks, then I can reach, open up a little door with a key or something and reach in and grab the balls for it. And if I had two of them side by side, or back to back, everybody spills into the one container, and yeah, so. Yeah, they're neat though. I've wanted one for a really long time, and I ran across this one about a year ago. There's a garage sale that they have on the island. It's called 1,000-mile garage sale or something to that extent. And it's basically, you get like a whole bunch of people on the island have a garage sale, and everybody does it at the same time, and then people go out and check out 50 different garage sales. So there was a church that had set up a bunch of tables outside, and so a bunch of people brought their crap to sell. And a friend of mine, he was out checking out the garage sales, and he sends me a picture of this thing. He says, "Hey, this is at the church." And ran over there and grabbed it real quick. Got it for like $70, something like that. He wanted 100 for it and talked him down because he didn't have any balls for it. And it was pretty rough shape. It had stickers all on the play field. I had cleaned that up. There's video of me cleaning it. You can see what it looked like originally. How'd you do?
Good game. I think I got both of them, but I don't know what goes on. Like I got all the numbers,
Yeah.
and everything, and then it keeps going. And it said he won, even though he didn't get them all. Like there's points afterward. We don't know what they're for or how you get them.
Were you playing cricket?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you need to hit on, it's 20 through 15.
Yeah.
And then the bullseyes.
Yeah.
So if we're playing, if I hit the 20 three times, either by the triple 20 or 3 singles or a double and a set, whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
I've now closed my 20s.
Yeah, yeah.
The other person, if they haven't hit it, now every time I hit the 20, I get 20 points.
So then, okay, at the end, when I had everything checked off,
Yes.
he didn't,
Right.
but he still got to keep going for points. It still let him shoot.
Still let him shoot. If
he
you
didn't
had
get-
everything closed, he can't score though.
So
So
let
if-
him win with 75 points, but still not having all of his 16s off the board.
So he got those points before you closed all your other ones. Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if
We just play manually at home. I don't have the digital thing, so we just
we used to play cricket where we basically played until everything was closed.
yeah.
We just kept playing until everything was closed, and then I don't even remember keeping score. It was
We
a
just checked.
it was
I
the
never
first
had to
one
score.
there.
We just checked
Yeah.
things off.
Yeah.
And then you had to score a certain amount of. We do triples and doubles, which are just on top of everything else. So you have to get triples and doubles to get in and out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, like
there's many different.
in
just
301
never
or
had
501.
points on
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, so we never played cricket that way. We played 501 and 301 where you had to double in or you had to do a double or triple to get out
Yeah.
or
yeah.
to start scoring or whatever, just to make it more
Get in and
difficult.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
So I think there's a billion different variations probably. So.
yeah. And then they have they have another version of cricket. You were playing standard. They have a cutthroat, which is basically the same concept, but if I close my 20s and you don't have your 20s closed, every time I hit 20, you get 20 points. And it's the lowest score wins.
Okay.
Right. So you
I
could
would do
just.
great on that one, I guess.
All right, it is 10:21 and I am going to end the stream for the night. I do have a machine over there that needs attention, so I'm going to go give it attention. And Todd says, great new digs. Hope to see you to check it out soon. Awesome, come by. We will be open starting, let's see. So next Saturday the following Saturday on Saturday the 14th in a week, we will be doing our grand reopening here. We'll do some door prizes and some other stuff. Probably give out some T-shirts and passes and a few other things. And then on the 15th, on Sunday the 15th, that starts we're going to be open. Actually, now I have to look. Sorry. When is? Let's see. I have to look at the school calendar because we're going to be open. So school closes on the 20th. Okay, so on the 22nd, we will be open 7 days a week from the 22nd through the first week in January. So for 3 weeks, we'll be open for 7 days a week. We'll be open Christmas. We'll be open Christmas Eve. We'll be open New Year's Eve. We might try and do something special for New Year's Eve here and stay open until midnight. We'll see if there's any interest in that. It's falling on Tuesday, so that's kind of a shit day for New Year's Eve. And we'll be open Wednesday, January 1st. So that's sort of our plan. But we're going to announce maybe tomorrow, we'll announce the 14th as being our grand reopening type deal. We'll figure out what we're going to do with that. But anyway, all right, so that's the stream for tonight. I will stream again on Friday. We're going to try and do it every Friday, just to be our regular thing. And hopefully next week I can get my cameras in a better position. I don't really like this. These two scenes are very similar. I would like to have something a little bit different. But all right, thanks for watching. See you guys later.